Dear TPF3703 students, you are students who are doing teaching practice module for the 3rd year. Now this video is about your portfolio 51, tutorial letter 104. I'm going to recap. The first video was on the overview of the entire module TPF3703. The second video was briefly on assignment 1, which was completed and submitted by the 15th of August by all of you. And I elaborately went through tutorial letter 105, where you find your assignment 2. The third video that I did for you was the video on portfolio 50, which is tutorial letter 103, comprising lessons for grade R and grade 1. In there, I also explained to you what tutorial letter 103 has. It has got face-to-face lessons, and it's got online lessons, and then case study lessons for the different grades. I also emphasized, as I took you through the lesson plan template and the teacher evaluation plan template, that each and every element means section, it has to be completed. If it's not completed, you lose marks. Furthermore, all the rubrics, it's clearly stated, have to be completed by your classroom-based mentor who was there in the classroom, in whose presence you were when you completed those activities. Hence, we request and require that the classroom-based mentor should complete those rubrics, give you a mark, and comment. After that, append his or her signature. Another important aspect is everywhere where you need a school stamp, you need to approach the school principal to get the school stamp on each and every activity where there is a space for a school stamp. You need to complete the declaration. I'm going to go through that again. Your attendance register must be completed in full for grade R, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3. Those 4 grades, all of them. That attendance register must appear in your assignment 2, portfolio 50, portfolio 51. Now, let's get to portfolio 51. In this portfolio, it's lessons for grade 3 and grade 2, or I'll start grade 2 and grade 3. The modules, the theory modules or the subjects are Emergent Mathematics 1501, Mathematics for Foundation Phase Teachers 1501, Reading in Foundation Phase 2601, Resource Development in Foundation Phase 2601, Inclusive Education in Foundation Phase 3701. That's assignment 51 or portfolio 51. Did you read this, students? I'm going to read for you. To complete this portfolio, you will have to complete a number of activities. This tutorial letter contains important information about your module. Another important thing, we accept only online submissions of assignments. One student last week said to me, I went to UNISA and I gave a man my assignment 1. Number 1, who is the man? Number 2, we have already told you that we work on Why drive or walk or take a taxi to UNISA when there is absolutely no one to accept your assignments? No assignments may be late. There are no resubmissions. No resubmissions may be made. Mara, you will call and say, I submitted and it's not yet the due date. The due date is still a month to go and it says here I cannot resubmit. It's written clearly, no resubmissions. Once you press the submit button, you cannot resubmit anything. There will be no extensions of the due date, please. We only extended the due date of assignment 1 because of the administrative problems we had and those students who registered late, and there was evidence that they registered late. That is why we extended the due date for assignment 1. Other than that, no due date, no extension of due dates for assignment 2, portfolio 50 and 51. It's the 30th of September and it ends there. This is your final examination portfolio. I've already said assignment 1 admits you to exams. Assignment 2 is for your year mark. Your exam is portfolio 50 and 51. Now, when I'm scrolling this fast, it's the content which I'm not going to deal with. And here, let me read the introduction again, maybe for you to remember what this is all about. Dear student, welcome to the Teaching Practice 3703 module. This examination portfolio 51 must be completed as part of the compulsory 4 weeks learning in practice and 1 week of learning from practice. Learning in practice is when you do face-to-face lessons and online lesson, right? Learning from practice is when you complete your case studies. You do not need to be in school during this week when you do your case studies. During these 5 weeks, you are expected to complete face-to-face case studies and online-based activities. We hope you will find this module interesting and that it will enrich your teaching career. You must read through all the tutorial letters that you receive, which you should download as soon as possible after registration, as they always contain important and urgent information. They are our way of communicating with you about teaching, learning, and assessment. We have also included certain general and administrative information about this module. Please study this section of the tutorial letter carefully. It contains all the information that you will require to guide you as to how to complete your entire teaching practice. We require you to complete face-to-face case studies and online lesson activities in accordance with what we provide you with in this tutorial letter. We urge you to submit examination portfolios before the due date. The examination portfolio is the final examination of TPF3703, right? I deliberately jumped this paragraph that I'm going to. Tutorial letter 101 contains important information about the assignments for this module. We urge you to read through it carefully and to keep it on hand when working through the study material, preparing the assignments, and addressing questions to your lecturers. I found that most of you have ignored tutorial letter 101, which is extremely important. Dear students, you have my phone number there. You have my email address, but I'm surprised that you will write to the teaching practice office regarding assignments. You will write to the assignment section. You will write to Mrs. Mahuleho, our department secretary. You will write to everybody but me. Here I am. My email address and telephone number. Please use that whenever you have any queries, right? I've already stated that there is 4 weeks of teaching practice. Learning face-to-face, 1 week learning from practice, and then a case study. Grade R, 1 full week, 5 days. And by the way, I explained to you when I was going through tutorial letter 105 of assignment 2, that if we find any school holidays, if we find any public holidays, and if we find any special school holidays, you fail. We deduct marks and you fail. If you go to school on a public holiday, who are you teaching there? Because there are no children. If you go to school on a special school holiday and there are no children, who did you teach? That is why you fail. It means it's fraudulent, right? Assignment 50, it says 2 weeks. Assignment 51 or portfolio 51, it's 2 weeks. In total, it's 4 weeks. 2 weeks, 1 week grade R, 1 week grade 1. That's assignment 50. 1 week grade 2, 1 week grade 3. It's another 2 weeks. That's assignment 51. Case studies. Assignment 50 and 51 has got grade R, grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, case studies. It's 1 week. And this 1 week, you do it away from the school, right? You do it at home. I'm not going to read about, okay, let me do it. I wasn't going to do it, but let me do it now. Again, online lessons. This is not a train smash. This is not science. It's simple and straightforward. Why online lessons? Because the COVID-19 pandemic brought about many changes and challenges that we as teachers and you as students alike had to accommodate. Some of the changes and challenges have been exciting, while others made us realize that a new future awaits us in terms of planning and teaching lessons for teaching practice. For this very reason, you have to devise your planning and teaching of online lessons. Whether the school you are at conducts online lessons or not, it's something that we expect you to do as a UNISA student teacher for B.Ed foundation phase, right? Remember that last year, 2021, you were introduced to online lesson preparations only. In this year, 2022, you are expected to take your online lesson to the next level. Support will be provided through the UNISA platform, and there are 2 types of online lesson and learning, and they are synchronous video conference and a synchronizing learning management platform, right? There I've explained to you synchronous and asynchronous lessons. You will choose which one you want. Now, example of the asynchronous, which we took you through, which when we invited you to watch, to attend a virtual or remote workshop, Dr. Mpahlele gave an example of an asynchronous communication on Google Classroom. She took us through the process of how to create a Google Classroom, right? And I also posted in your assignments, in your announcements, the link to these workshops, as well as a video link of how to prepare or create an online lesson. Your teaching practice is semi-independent teaching, which means that you plan a series of semi-independent teaching lessons with a school-based mentor, and you reflect critically on the planning and practice with both the school-based mentor and your supervisor. You see, you need your classroom-based mentor all the time to help you when you plan your lesson, to be with you, observe you when you present the lesson, so that at the end of each and every lesson, you reflect. That's the reason you are sent into a school, that the teacher who has been identified as your classroom-based mentor should be the one who mentors you, who trains you, who guides you, who assists you, who supports you to plan lessons and to prepare them properly. Right? Now, all these that I've been going through are only administrative information. Right? It says here, introduction, all the activities that we require you to do are compulsory. And we suggest that you read through all the activities in this tutorial letter 104 workbook before you attempt to complete the activities. The theory for this workbook will appear in a number of theoretical modules and will also post it on UNISA under additional resources. You know, I've been extremely patient and helpful. If you go to Moodle under additional resources, you have study guides for Emma 105, I'm sorry, 1501, MFP 1501, RFP 2601, RDF 2601, and IFP 3701. All these additional resources are there to assist you when you complete the activities or the lessons. Now, if you are from another university at which you completed similar module, or you might have been phased in from another program, B.Ed program, or maybe you missed, you broke for a year or two and then came back. So it is like you lost touch with what is happening in TPF 3703. Then you will find the learning guides of these subjects, of these modules, which I have printed in bold or written in bold for you. EMA 1501, MFP 1501, RFP 2601, RDF 2601, and IEP 3701. They are loaded on my UNISA under additional resources or additional material for TPF on the TPF 303 portal. Please use them, okay? You need to read all the announcements that I posted, revisit them, please. And I have also generously sent you emails on your My Life email address. So it is important that you activate your My Life email address. Please check this. Uploading your assignments onto my UNISA. Take note of the following regarding submission of your assignments via my UNISA. Use the correct assignment number and content. Use your correct student number. Ensure that the pages are clear. They should not be dark. They should not be blank. Before you even scan and submit, just make sure that your table is clear or your workspace is clear of anything else except that particular assignment. If you are submitting for assignment 2, please clear everything out and have the 4 documents of assignment 2, which are principal report, mentor report, attendance register, and confirmation letter. Only those 4. Then you submit them as one document. If you are going to submit assignment 50 or portfolio 50, clear your workspace of everything And make sure before you even try to scan, before you even think of submitting, check that from the very section where you said section B, right up to the end. The second last document is your attendance register, then the supervisor's report, which is completed by your school-based mentor, right? Make sure that you have it all in one place, right? And once you have them, then you upload them as one PDF document. Don't submit a Word document. It should be a PDF document. You may not upload an MS Word document or a zipped file. And please, you may not upload a PDF read-only document. How are we going to mark it? Ne? The system is open for teaching practice modules for large PDF files only up to a certain megabyte in size. Please check the system to establish the size of the document that you can upload. For you, it cannot be over 50. Right? It was 20, and I think we extended it or requested permission to increase it to 50. But the smaller, the better. I've also given you information on how to compress a PDF document, a big file, to make it smaller to submit. The recording of the receipt of your assignment on the system occurs automatically. Immediately when you submit, the system says, Student John Sebotoma has submitted and sends you confirmation that your submission was successful, right? Read the details that we give on my UNISA regarding the uploading requirements. Please, students, we are post-COVID. We don't work from offices, we work from home. So please do not submit any assignment via post. Nobody, but COVID is not yet destroyed. It is still there. So the least we have contact, the better. Even documents, we don't touch them. Everything is electronic. So if you go to UNISA, who are you going to submit to? No one. If you submit an incorrect assignment or portfolio to us, you will obtain a 0 for it. You cannot go to Polokwane, but using N2, which goes to Cape Town. This how the portals are. The portal for assignment 1 is meant for assignment 1. The portal for assignment 50 is meant for assignment 50, nothing else. Portal for portfolio 51 is for 51, nothing else. If you submit in a wrong portfolio, I'm sorry, in a wrong portal, you get a 0. You don't want that after you have worked so hard. You may not resubmit your assignment if you submit in an incorrect, if you submit an incorrect one to us in an error. Once you've submitted, it's submitted. Hence, I'm repeating, before you even think of submitting, make sure that you have the correct documents. Make sure it is the correct portal. And you know why you commit mistakes? It's because you wait until the last minute and you become haphazard and hasty. And in your hastiness, you commit mistakes. We don't release individual assignment marks for the purpose of the final result of teaching practice examination module. Maybe to also explain here that lecturers have got nothing to do with student results. Student results are with the examination section and assignment section, not us. Okay, so your final mark will be released at the end of the year for the purpose of teaching practice module. You must pass the module in the year in which you register for it. Don't come with last year's marks and say you want to pass for this year. It doesn't work that way. And don't say, I passed assignment 50, so I can pass. No, they go together. Assignment 50, 51 go together. You fail one module, you fail one portfolio, you fail the whole module. You need to pass both portfolios, right? That was still the introduction. Now, please, I'm going to explain this. We in the early childhood department do not provide for module rollover to the following year. You have to complete the module before the due date in the year of registration. You will only receive your final portfolio mark in December, as it is an examination portfolio. We provide no individual marks for each portfolio. Kindly note that. Here again, I'm explaining how to complete your portfolio because you are about to submit your portfolios. This is a fill-in examination workbook, meaning that you must answer the questions in the spaces provided and use the space I've underlined that you're provided with, as well as the mark allocation, as a guide to how much you must write. In questions where we require a yes or no as required along with an explanation, 1 mark will generally be awarded for writing yes or no, and the remaining marks will go towards recognizing how you have substantiated your answer. Please complete and submit this UNISA workbook as is. Do not redesign your own workbook, please. Another important thing is you need to make backups of all your work. Your portfolio 50, your portfolio 51, your assignment 2, and your assignment 1. Because you submit everything online, you must still have your copies, but also make a backup so that you don't tell us that my laptop was stolen, my computer crashed, my cell phone was stolen. No, we don't want those stories. You know, storytelling is in the module RFP, Reading for Foundation Phase. Here in your tutorial letters, we don't need any stories. We want your portfolios. Okay? I'll show you where you're going to start. Now, portfolio 51 there, where it says 5, portfolio 51. You need to write this information, please. Your student name, Mr. John Sibotoma, your student number, your postal address. Your postal address must also have a zip code or an area code. Your email address, and there I'm saying to you, dear student, your My Life email address. If you write a Gmail, we minus marks for you. And your contact details, where do we contact you? Your cell phone number, yeah. Are you permanently employed at the school? Yes or no? Are you an intern at the school? Yes or no? Are you employed outside the education sector? Yes or no? I elaborately explained this in your assignment 50 portfolio. Your signature, your name, surname, and your signature is important. If you provide us with incomplete information, you failed, which is said. I'm going to read again the student declaration, right? If you make an incomplete declaration, your results will be 0. I, John Sibotoma, declare that assignment 51. Now here is not 50, right? It is 51, right? Declare that assignment 51 is my own work, right? Let me do that. Let's underline all of it. Right? Assignment 51 is your own work. You say, I also take note of the following examinations rule. All the photographs or ideas that I have used are my own. Again, not somebody else's, but your own. Right? I don't know what I did, but I will go again. Yeah, thank you. Sorry about that. All the photographs or ideas are your own, right? And I have kept a copy of the workbook and it's in safekeeping. You understand this one? Don't say I lost my work. Put it in a safe place. I know I have to submit the correct assignment. Here, it's 51 days. I apologize for that. I further declare that I have not previously submitted this work or part of it for another assignment. I further declare that I have not provided any student with a copy of my workbook to use for their own assignments. Let me tell you this. If you're going to be the Good Samaritan and provide students with your work, you and those students are failing. We don't care whose work it is. What we see in front of us would be plagiarism. And all the students who have been implicated are failing. You cannot in any way endanger your studies and your future by providing other students with your work. Because when we catch you, if we catch you, the system will immediately identify and pick that up. Forget it, you have failed, and they will also fail. And you also stand a chance of being suspended from UNISA for a year or so. Is that worth it? Is that worth ruining your future? You don't want to do that. I'm fully aware that the signatures in my assignment must be original signatures and that no signature may be cut and pasted into documents. When we get cut and pasted documents, it's a fail. Cut and paste signatures, sorry, it's a fail. All signatures should be original. As this is a final examination portfolio, there are no resubmissions. There are no late submissions. No resubmissions, no late submissions. I'm going to repeat what I said. Once you submit and you press the submit button, it's finished. Finish and clear. One policeman said that it's finished. No other opportunity for you to resubmit. There is no opportunity for a remarking of final examination portfolios. Don't waste your money. Portfolios are not remarked. The mark is final. You have to submit this assignment after completing the school-based teaching practice at your school, okay? Any plagiarism found will be considered dishonest and disciplinary steps will consequently be taken by the University of South Africa, UNISA. You may also use photographs that you take from the internet and in capital, provided that you are given permission to find photographs and ideas on the internet. Then you write your name and surname, Mr. Sibotoma, and your student number, your signature, and your date. Okay, you write your full names. John Sibotoma, student number, signature of John Sibotoma, and the date, right? Here is yet another declaration which you need to complete. This declaration form is compulsory and you must sign it to be able to do module TPF3703. Complete the student declaration form on academic dishonesty against plagiarism for all your written assignments and attach the form to the front of each assignment when you submit it to the university. The purpose of this declaration form is to ensure the authenticity. Okay, what is authenticity? Truth and legitimacy of each written assignment. And that actual learning took place. You must complete and sign this declaration form. You are not signing this form. You are not signing this form and or you being found to have committed plagiarism could result in the withdrawal of your assignment. So you need to sign the form. Please sign the form before you submit. And there you write the student declaration. I, John Sibutuma, those are your full names, do hereby declare that all the work presented in this assignment is my own. And I understand the consequences of plagiarism. I have read and understood the following UNISA policies: the policy on copyright and plagiarism, the policy on academic integrity, the policy on student disciplinary code. Then you, our student, John Sibutuma, you sign, you write the date, you write your student number, you write your telephone number. And then you are going to get a witness. This witness says, indeed, what John Sibutuma has submitted is his. So that student, the witness will write his signature, the date, and the contact telephone number, right? Our marking grid, what it basically means is for grade 2, you have 5 lessons, right? EMA 1501, which is face-to-face, MFP 1501, which is face-to-face, RFP 2601, which is an online lesson, RDF 2601, which is a face-to-face lesson, and IFP 3701, which is an online lesson. In grade 3, for 1 week, all your lessons here are face-to-face. EMA 1501, MFP 1501, RFP 2601, RDF 2601, IFP 3701. They are all face-to-face. Learning from practice, which is 1 week of case studies. You will have to complete these case studies. After you have completed your 4 weeks at school doing grade R 1 week, grade 1 1 week, grade 2 1 week, grade 3 1 week. Then for the last week, you will do case studies of EMA 1501, MFP 1501, RFP 2601, RDF 2601, IFP 3701, and you see the grades. EMA is grade R, MFP is grade 2, RFP is grade 3, RDF is grade 1, IFP is grade 3. Okay?